Know thyself, a phrase that has echoed for millennia, repeated by great minds like Socrates, Plato, Nietzsche, and Jung. But did you know this idea is also deeply tied to the teachings of Jesus? He said, "Why do you look at the speck of sawdust in your brother's eye and pay no attention to the plank in your own eye?" Matthew 7:3. This powerful statement calls us to look inward, recognize our flaws, and seek self-awareness before trying to understand or judge others. Why is this ancient wisdom still relevant today? Because without self-awareness, we live on autopilot, unaware of who we are, what we want, or the purpose of our existence. A fulfilling and meaningful life simply isn't possible without understanding ourselves. In this video, we'll explore the origin and deep meaning of this timeless phrase throughout history, how self-awareness is the key to awakening your consciousness and transforming your life. Why great thinkers and even Jesus emphasize the importance of looking inward. If you're tired of living without direction or purpose, this video is your invitation to look within and discover the power of knowing yourself. The transformation starts here and now. Let's do this together. The origin and deep meaning of know thyself. The phrase know thyself, in Greek gnothiseoton, has deep roots in human history. It was inscribed at the Temple of Apollo in Delphi, ancient Greece, and is often attributed to the 7 sages of Greece, particularly philosophers like Thales of Miletus and Socrates. But what did this phrase mean to the ancients? For the Greeks, know thyself was an invitation to humility and wisdom. It was a reminder that before seeking to understand the world or others, humans must first look within. Socrates, one of the greatest philosophers of all time, took this maxim to another level. He believed self-awareness was the path to virtue and true wisdom. For him, an unexamined life is not worth living. But the idea of self-awareness didn't stop in ancient Greece. Philosophers like Nietzsche in the 19th century reinforced the importance of knowing yourself to overcome limitations and achieve inner freedom. Jung, in the 20th century, brought psychology into the conversation, showing that self-awareness is essential for integrating our shadows, the parts of ourselves we deny or repress. And it's not just Western philosophers who talked about this. In the East, traditions like Buddhism and Taoism also emphasize introspection as a path to enlightenment and harmony. In short, know thyself isn't just a catchy phrase. It's a universal principle that transcends cultures, eras, and philosophies. And the most incredible part, it's just as relevant today as it was thousands of years ago, because at its core, self-awareness is the foundation for a conscious, meaningful, and truly human life. But how does this ancient wisdom apply to your life today? Let's explore how self-awareness can transform your daily life. How self-awareness transforms your life. Self-awareness isn't just a philosophical idea. It's a powerful tool to awaken your consciousness and transform your life from the inside out. But how does it work? When you truly start to know yourself, something magical happens. You take control of your existence. You stop living on autopilot, reacting to events without understanding why you act a certain way. Instead, you start acting with intention because you understand your motivations, fears, desires, and values. Self-awareness is the key to discovering your purpose. When you understand who you are, it becomes clearer to identify what truly matters to you and how you want to contribute to the world. Improving your relationships. Knowing yourself allows you to relate more authentically and healthily, without projecting your insecurities onto others. Identifying negative patterns. How many times have you repeated behaviors that only brought frustration or pain? By knowing yourself, you can recognize these patterns and break them, cultivating inner peace. By accepting your shadows and celebrating your light, you find an emotional balance that no external success can offer. But self-awareness isn't a destination. It's a journey. It takes courage to face your truths, even when they're uncomfortable. And it's in this process that you awaken your consciousness and start living a more fulfilling and meaningful life. Imagine a life where you're no longer a prisoner of unconscious fears, limiting beliefs, or others' expectations. A life where every choice is made with clarity and confidence. That's what self-awareness can offer. Why look inward? The wisdom of great thinkers and Jesus. Throughout history, great minds and spiritual leaders have emphasized the importance of looking inward. But why is this idea so universal and timeless? Let's start with Socrates, who said, "An unexamined life is not worth living." For him, self-awareness was the path to virtue and wisdom. He believed that by questioning and reflecting on our actions and motivations, we can live more aligned with our deepest values. Nietzsche, on the other hand, saw self-awareness as a tool for overcoming. He said, "Become who you are," emphasizing that to reach our full potential, we must first understand who we truly are. Then there's Carl Jung, the father of analytical psychology, who introduced the idea that self-awareness is essential for integrating our shadows, the parts of ourselves we deny or repress. For Jung, we only become whole individuals when we face and accept all aspects of ourselves. And what does Jesus have to do with this? In his teachings, Jesus often called people to look inward. One of his most impactful statements is, "Why do you look at the speck of sawdust in your brother's eye and pay no attention to the plank in your own eye?" Matthew 7:3. With this metaphor, he invites us to reflect on our own flaws before criticizing others. It's a call to humility and self-reflection, core values for self-awareness. These thinkers and spiritual leaders, each in their own way, show us that looking inward is the first step to a more conscious, meaningful, and aligned life. They knew that without self-awareness, we risk living superficially, without understanding our purpose or our place in the world. Self-awareness in practice. How it impacts your real life. Everything we've talked about so far might sound philosophical or theoretical, but self-awareness has a profound and tangible impact on real life. Let's see how it works in practice and how you can apply this knowledge in your daily life with examples that could very well be your story. 1. Making more conscious decisions. Imagine someone who always followed the path others expected. They chose a stable career but never felt fulfilled. One day, they decide to stop and reflect. What do I really want? By knowing themselves better, they realize they value creativity and freedom more than financial security. With this clarity, they start planning a career transition, seeking work that allows them to express their passion. At first, it might be challenging, but gradually, they feel more aligned with themselves and find new meaning in what they do. Improving relationships. Think of someone who always felt insecure in relationships, interpreting small gestures as signs of rejection. By reflecting on themselves, they realize this insecurity stems from past experiences that made them doubt their worth. With this awareness, they decide to work on their self-esteem, seeking therapy and practicing self-care. Over time, they stop projecting their insecurities onto others and start building healthier, more authentic relationships. Overcoming fears and limitations. Imagine someone who always feared public speaking, avoiding situations that could boost their career. By knowing themselves better, they discover this fear comes from a humiliating childhood experience. With this understanding, they decide to face their fear, starting with small steps, speaking in smaller meetings, then at larger events, until they feel confident enough to become a speaker. The process is gradual, but each step brings them closer to a braver version of themselves. Living with more purpose. Think of someone who always followed their family's expectations but felt empty, as if they were just existing. By knowing themselves better, they discover a passion for helping others and decide to switch careers, becoming a psychologist. At first, there might be doubts and challenges, but as they connect with their purpose, they find a sense of fulfillment they'd never experienced before. How to apply this in daily life. Practice self-reflection. Take 10 minutes a day to reflect on your emotions, actions, and motivations. Ask yourself, why did I act that way? Or what does this say about me? Journal your insights. Keeping a journal can help you identify patterns and grow in self-awareness. Seek feedback. Ask people close to you how they see you. This can reveal aspects you might not notice on your own. Invest in therapy or coaching. Professionals can guide you on this journey in a structured and profound way. Practice meditation or mindfulness. These techniques help you connect more deeply with yourself. Self-awareness isn't a luxury. It's a necessity for anyone who wants to live a fulfilling and meaningful life. And the best part, you can start today. So are you ready to start this journey of self-awareness? Remember, change begins with the first step. Take a few minutes today to reflect on who you are, what truly matters to you, and how you can live a life more aligned with your true self. If this video resonated with you, leave a comment sharing your experience or a question you have. Don't forget to like and share with someone who might also benefit from this reflection. And of course, subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Self-awareness is the key to a conscious, fulfilling, and meaningful life. As we've seen, great thinkers, spiritual leaders, and even everyday examples show that when we truly know ourselves, we can make more aligned decisions, overcome fears, improve relationships, and live with purpose. It's common to feel resistance when facing our shadows or fears, but every step on this journey brings more clarity and freedom. Studies show that people who practice self-awareness have higher levels of personal satisfaction and healthier relationships. No matter where you are today, the important thing is to take the first step. Because at the end of the day, the life you want begins with self-awareness, and this journey is yours, unique and special. So what are you waiting for? Start today, know yourself, and transform your life. Remember, self-awareness isn't just a journey, it's the key to unlocking the best version of you. The life you deserve is waiting for you.